Welcome to the month of November, and here at User Words, we're starting off the month talking about men's health. Now, because of just some of the topics involved with this, we're particularly talking about Movember and how it started and some of the things that it contribute to, and then also just because of the fact that it ties into it, those things related to men's health in that regard. That includes mental health. That includes prostate cancer and testicular cancer. So probably not something exactly you want the little ones listening around to if they are around at this point. But just thought I'd share that before we get started. But it is Movember. So what can you do if you want to donate to this cause? And this is something that started off just with 30 people and continued to go on and has gotten thousands and millions of dollars involved. You could go to the website us.movember, Movember.com. Yes, it is the second already, but it's not really too late if you want to go ahead, shave your face, and start growing that sweet, sweet, sweet mustache. One quick thing before we get started here. Recently, I had the opportunity to be on the Thriving in Singleness podcast, so go ahead and check that out. I'm on episode 23, which is released on October 19th, 2021. You can listen to this podcast wherever you catch all your other podcasts and enjoy the conversation. I know I had a good conversation and I thoroughly enjoyed myself on that one.
Why are you, Josh? Why are you like all shucking over there? Because I just see him like, oh shucks over on the side. And I'm like, oh, whoopsie doopsie. What do we do over here?
What did we bring up?
What does old man Josh want to say now about technology? What is he scared of?
Continue, Paul.
Because Enforcer says you're an old man now, so.
Anywho,
You have to catch me up
I
later.
can catch you up with that.
All right.
We'll catch you up later, old
That
man.
has nothing.
I have passed off the title of old man.
Should I start getting Touch of Gray?
I need Josh Brewer back just so we can have the old man here. So I am not the oldest one in the room anymore. I think he even gets to beat out your father for oldest man at this point.
At this point, yeah. Oh, for sure. Without a doubt.
Yep. Josh, the old man Brewer, father of 2 dogs and a cat.
I can't believe it.
No. But it is what it is. And happy November, everyone. You have survived Halloween. You have survived the 4th of July. Now come on to the 4,500 calorie dinner that is Thanksgiving.
Oh.
That is the number of calories an average person will eat at a Thanksgiving dinner. 4,500 calories. That is over twice the recommended calorie intake of most Americans, which is 2,000. So, of course, because it is, that wonderful, healthy time of the year, we're going to talk about what every teenage boy and what every person in corporate America is going to love. The fact that they will be encouraged not to shave at all and grow as scruffy as they can, so they can be as scruffy as Mr. Johnson over here. Actually, yours for the most part, looks pretty good. I know I have to shave the sides of my face right now, but that's all right. Because November is Movember. Which apparently started a little while ago. It started with a group of 30 people and has now moved into like this big national fundraising movement, which actually raises money for a bunch of men's health and family stuff and everything like that. So now I'm going to ask this, Mr. Johnson. Have you heard of Movember before I brought it up to you?
Nope.
No. You've heard of No Shave November, though, right?
Yes. Correct.
Okay. All right. So at least you've heard of that. When did you first hear about, No Shave November? When was that?
Yeah, high school at some point.
In high school?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. What year would that have been for you?
Well, I mean, anywhere from 2010 to 2014. But I'd probably say 2012 is when I found out about. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So it's been a little while. What?
It's almost 10 years ago.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. All right. So it's been a little while for you then. So even back when I was in college, there was kind of that no shave November. So that was like 2002, 2003 type deal, right?
Oh my gosh.
You know, that was always kind of the thing. It was like, oh, what was it? It was no shave November. One year it was see if you could go all November without wearing shoes.
What?
That was interesting.
Why would you do that?
Just to see if you could. It was cold.
Yeah.
My feet were frozen.
You did it.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I was a hippie.
I was a hippie. Wow.
It was just, oof.
That sounds awful.
Yeah.
I could not do that. I would not try that.
But yeah, so November is definitely kind of, I guess you could see, but not see, but say it's like one of those things that no shave November is kind of morphed into that Movember, which, do you know how that started?
I do not.
Okay, so the Movember organization started in 2003.
Wow.
2 people in Australia, Melbourne specifically. It says that they were having a quiet beer at one of their favorite bars, and their conversation started about reoccurring fashion trends,
Nice.
and they were joking around because the mustache, which had been real popular like in the 70s and all that, was not present at all in the current
Times.
culture and fashion. And to be honest, the mustache alone really isn't.
It's-
No. Facial hair is.
Yeah.
Mustache, no. Okay. And so they kind of decided, oh, well, we'll find a way to do this. And so they actually found 30 people for that month to actually grow a mustache. Yeah. And that was in 2003. And then apparently they had so much fun and they had so many people join in that in 2004 they decided to formalize the concept, and they got all the participants to raise funds for a cause.
That's cool.
So within 1 year, they went from let's do this for the heck of it because it's fun and because we're idiots. And I'm saying that lovingly because I don't know. They're just doing whatever.
Yeah.
And it turned into, no, let's do this and raise money for a cause. And what they decided to do is they decided to raise money for men's health issues. And the first issue that they decided to support was prostate cancer. So what do you know about prostate cancer,
It's
sir?
not fun.
It's not fun. Wow, thank you. I'm glad we cleared that up. Why is it not fun?
It's not good. Cancer is not good.
Okay. How many men in a typical year will be diagnosed? No, not in a typical year. How many men in their lifetime will be diagnosed with prostate cancer?
No.
1 in blank men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime.
5?
1 in
4?
1 in 8 men.
Oh, that's even better. Okay.
Yeah. Now, here's my next question for you.
Huh.
1 in blank women will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime.
More. I'd say 5 or 6. I thought they got. What?
5 or 6, huh?
This is 3 or 4.
0 a woman will ever be diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to see if you were paying attention, if you were thinking.
No, I wasn't. Yeah, 0. Yeah, never mind. I don't know why I immediately went to breast cancer in my head.
No. 0 women will be diagnosed.
Yeah. That's well, but
We're not even going to go there. I know where you're going. We're not touching that. Okay. So, Yeah. So 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed just sometime in their life with prostate cancer. It says globally, more than 1.4 million men are diagnosed with prostate cancer each year. So 1 in 8, sometime during their life, so whatever to, death.
Yeah.
Across the United States, there are more than 3.25 million men living with and beyond. In other words, they currently either have or have been cured of prostate cancer. But it does say many are dealing with serious side effects from treatment. Yeah. So, that being said, you're like, well, what's the treatment? What's the this? What's the this? What's the this? What do you know about prostate cancer, Mr. Johnson?
Nothing really.
You don't know anything about it, huh? Do you know any of the potential symptoms of it? Signs or symptoms?
I think so.
Okay, what do you think they are?
Well, the one I thought had to do with the testes. Just this.
No, that's testicular cancer, not prostate cancer.
Oh my gosh. I give up right now.
Okay, let's back this up even further. What's the prostate?
I was going to say, it's the same for breast cancer, too, as it is for prostate. That's 1 out of 8 women
Okay.
get.
Anyways, what's the prostate?
This is a walnut-sized gland
Yes.
that produces seminal fluid. But
Yes.
I thought, oh,
Okay.
man.
So,
School has taught me, or no, I just don't pay attention in school.
okay. Back to biology class.
I didn't like biology class.
Why didn't you like biology class? Didn't you like dissecting the pig?
I didn't do that. Wait, no, did I? No. I can't remember if I did that. I might not have.
Okay.
No, I think you had to.
Did you pass out during the class?
No.
Okay.
Not that I remember.
So, back to biology, okay? The testes is where the sperm lives.
Yeah, but
Okay. So let's go on here. They have to live in a very controlled environment.
correct.
In other words, like acidity has to be correct, temperature correct, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
When you ejaculate, the prostate releases that milky white fluid. Yeah. Okay. That serves multiple purposes. A, it reduces the pH in the urethra.
I don't know what the heck that is.
You don't know what that is.
pH?
The acid level.
Oh, okay. Acid level.
So it changes the pH. It brings it more base. It brings the acid down in the urethra.
Yeah.
It also provides nutrition for the sperm.
Yes.
Okay.
So it doesn't.
So it's in that same area, but it's not tied in directly.
It's not. Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah, normally it's about walnut size, right?
Yeah.
But it gets bigger as you get older.
Yeah. I'm okay. I'm just my this is a bad time to say my body's just feeling weird right now. But yes.
So it's a walnut sized gland and grows bigger as you get older.
Yes.
It sits underneath the bladder. Yeah. All right. Now, obviously, as that grows bigger, that's why like some older men have trouble even starting to urinate when they get older. Is it because their prostate is big and
So
pushing up
big.
at the urethra and stopping that.
Clogging. Yeah.
So, what are some now knowing that? What would you think would be some signs and symptoms of issues with your prostate cancer?
Would it be not using the restroom as much? Would that be one? I don't know.
No,
Would it?
it would be the opposite.
Because now you just let me get this straight here. Is it just going more often in small amounts then, or what? Because as it gets bigger and I guess kind of blocks that pathway.
Maybe.
Okay.
Depends.
Because I always thought, as men get older. That was something. Well, I mean, it's the case for my old man and my another family member. But it's like they're just going so often, all the time.
So that's one of the symptoms is a need to urinate frequently, especially at night.
Oh, why at night? Why at night? Why does it matter at night?
They don't specify why at night, but they say especially at night.
Why did? But if they don't say why is it especially? That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't.
Difficulty starting urination or holding back urine.
Oh, okay. No, I don't have a problem with that.
Oh, what's your name? Johnson. Okay. Weak or interrupted flow of urine.
Okay.
Painful or burning urination.
But But
Blood in urine or semen.
that
Painful ejaculation. Frequent pain or stiffness in the lower back, hips, or upper thighs.
there's a lot of symptoms for this.
And here's the thing. Not everyone experiences all these symptoms. Some experience none. Like any disease out there. You may experience all these or none of these or some of these.
That's ridiculous. But
What?
okay. Why the burning?
I don't know why the burning, but
That's weird.
there's some burning that's going on.
I'm trying to think if I've ever had that before, but it couldn't be that because it couldn't be. But that, wow, okay, yeah. I still don't get the night part either. That, not that I use the restroom at night frequently, I don't. But,
Okay.
But, okay. I don't like the prostate.
Well, it's kind of needed, especially if you ever want to have kids.
Well, all right, maybe.
Ooh, we're back. We're on the maybe now.
Just not 8 of them.
Okay, fair enough. So here's a question then. Now knowing that, do you know what the treatments would be for prostate cancer?
Surgery?
Potentially.
Ish.
So you can either have chemotherapy,
Okay, yeah.
hormone therapy, radiotherapy, in other words, like x-rays, prostatectomy.
That doesn't sound fun.
They remove your prostate.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
Or they could just watch it to see if it gets worse or whatnot.
But if it's okay, what? So, how bad do you watch it before?
Doctor, that's between you and your doctor.
What?
That's between you and your doctor on how to watch it, and what to do.
But I mean, wouldn't it be bad enough if you already have symptoms?
Potentially, but some of the side effects are bad too of treatment.
Of course they are.
So
Just like everything on TV that they showed.
yeah, I know exactly. So
Death.
So depending on the treatment you go with for this, you could have anything from incontinence. Do you know what that is?
No.
Incontinence, involuntary leakage of urine.
That sounds awful.
You could just be walking along, do. Yeah, exactly.
Dang. That's sad.
Weight gain due to hormone therapy.
Weight gain due to hormone therapy.
If you take the hormone therapy treatment, you might get some weight gain.
Yeah. Okay.
Depression is a side effect for some of the treatments.
Lovely.
And probably the least severe of all of them, because I'm like looking at them, like what could be the worst side effects? Erectile dysfunction.
I mean, that would suck though too.
Yeah, but it's the least of all the potential things.
Would you rather have erectile dysfunction or just unknowingly peeing?
Yeah, I would not want to be in a business meeting and then unknowingly pee.
I think I'd rather take that. I think.
So
I won't know until I get there.
we're going to put you into an important business meeting. Oh, no, it's your wedding day.
I'm nervous, guys.
And all of a sudden, big old wet spot on your pants. Yeah, you're going to want that.
I mean, yes.
Because
I would rather. Yes, I would.
because with erectile dysfunction, you could take a little blue pill.
I mean, I guess hopefully it works. Is it guaranteed to help though?
For most people, it does.
I guess.
There's other things too that they can do. There's other drugs.
You could always get bit by a spider.
Anything from pills to injections can help with that too.
Oh.
They have pills to help with everything. And then, of course, probably one of the side effects of some of those medications are problems with prostate.
Yeah, right. It's just
So
a never-ending cycle.
So that's something you need to, and it's the thing is like, guys don't think about that. I'm sure I never did when I was your age, think about that, right? You probably have never thought about that until I said, hey.
Prostate. Hey.
Well, it's part of the Movember, like things that they donate money to, right?
That's cool.
So when should you, as a guy, get tested for prostate cancer? If you don't have any symptoms like of those other symptoms.
I thought it was like 40 or 50.
Which one?
50.
50. Yes.
Yeah.
Unless
someone in the family has cancer.
Has prostate cancer.
Oh, specifically that?
Yeah. Then 45.
Oh.
Or if you're African American, then 45.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
But thankfully, the test for this, and this is why this is probably one of those cancers that is one of the most easy to detect and easy for the doctor to handle with you. It's very survivable if you catch it early enough. The test for it is just a simple blood test.
No.
It's just a blood draw.
What?
Yes. So what they do is they draw some blood, and they just do a routine blood test, like you would get.
How do you?
Okay, here's how. Calm down.
Okay.
So, when you go for your annual physical to your doctor, which you should be doing, right? Yes.
Nope.
Okay, you should be.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But for this one, obviously you're too young for it unless you have the symptoms. If you have symptoms, then talk to your doctor, and the doctor will determine if you should have this test or not. But anyways, if you're 50 or above, you're in that range. They just do a routine. They do a routine blood test, and what they do is they measure what's called the prostate-specific antigen (PSA) concentration in the blood. It's the primary method for detecting prostate cancer.
That's nuts. What they figure out just from a blood test.
Yeah.
That is insane to me.
Now here's the thing, like all cancers, prostate cancer, if left untreated, if you don't get the treatment with the doctor and get it under control, some men have a type of cancer, malignant, that can then spread to other parts of the body.
Yeah.
Particularly the lymph nodes in your bones, producing secondary tumors in those areas. So that cancer can metastasize and spread all over your body then. That's not everyone. Not everyone's going to have a malignant tumor. Some are going to be benign tumors, but they're still going to cause some of those other issues and effects going on.
Man, I need to go back to school.
Now, that being said, so last year. 2020.
2020.
I called my doctor because I thought it was like a urinary tract infection. I called her. I said, hey, you know what? I'm having trouble. I have to urinate frequently, especially at night. I'm having trouble starting to urinate, and I'm having burning when urinating.
Okay.
And so she's like, okay, this is weird. You're a little young for this, but
let's have you checked out.
she's like, we're gonna do a couple things. We're gonna do some blood tests. We're gonna do a urine test. So we did that. There was no bacteria in the urine, so it wasn't a urinary tract infection. And my PSA levels came back normal. And she's like, you probably have a prostate infection. Oh. So my prostate was actually inflamed.
Oh.
And it was causing those same symptoms as though it was like a cancer thing.
Yeah.
And I actually had to go on like 3 months of antibiotics to get rid of it. Because apparently, like, because, when you get sick and, doctor's like, oh, take antibiotics for like a week, right? It knocks it out of your system. Mm-hmm. Well, to get antibiotics to the prostate apparently takes forever. Like, it's real slow to do it. And she's like, you're going to be on this antibiotics for long term, at least 3 months. And it took like a month and a half before symptoms started clearing up.
Wow. What is there like a negative thing about taking antibiotics for that long?
If you don't need them,
Don't take them.
don't take them, because then you can make bacteria resistant if you're taking them needlessly.
Oh, right.
But that particular one, the side effect, particularly that it produced, was real bad digestion. Like I had diarrhea essentially for like 3 months straight.
No.
It was not fun, but it was better than the prostate infection. Like I said, it took like a month and a half to get the symptoms mostly cleared out, but I still had to continue like another month and a half to even get that done. So dealing with the infection side of things, I'm like, no, I do never want to deal with that. So, the fact that the cancer symptoms are so similar, just like, okay, at least I know now if something happens again, I have an idea of what it feels like. And it sucks. Let me tell you. So
That's awful.
if you ever have those symptoms, talk to your doctor immediately. Make sure you're going for your yearly physical with your doctor, getting your blood tests that you need to be done and all that. And Aaron's over here going, yes, I will do all of that. Right?
Maybe. Potentially.
Maybe, potentially, huh?
No, I'd like to. I just really got to get my keister on the whole getting insurance thing. Because then, I would be all about that.
Yeah?
Because I want to be healthy.
Well, that's what you got to do. Step one.
Why is it so much freaking work to be healthy?
Because if it was easy, everyone would be healthy by default.
Yeah, this is true.
What happens when you go the easy route? Da-da! I will point at myself for this.
Oh, man. Oh.
Okay?
See, I feel like, man, I don't know. I feel like I need to have my stomach looked at, too.
Billy V2.
Maybe. I don't know. There's like hard spots. I don't know, dude. I'm getting old. Paul,
So, so that's one thing that Movember supports. The Movember organization supports. What's another thing Movember organization supports?
Well, apparently mental health.
Yes, mental health. They have, and if you're if you're looking for more resources, go to us.movember.com. Remember, it started in Australia, so they have a Australian version and a US version. So, make sure you go to. Do you want to read Australian English or American English? Is really what it comes down to.
I'm kind of intrigued by the idea of the Australian English.
All right, go for it.
I'm interested as to what that is like.
It's just different wordings and phrasings and all that. But they also support, but like I said, various mental health charities. Again, all of the charities they support are more geared towards health and support for men. There's organizations that do for women, for both, and for men they just happen to be for men. Mm-hmm. So they have on there, I'm going to say, some cliche documents.
Okay.
Very cliche documents. Like they have now. Don't get me wrong. If you have zero clue and zero experience with dealing with anyone who's ever had mental health issues, and you've never experienced it yourself, you've never seen anyone who has had issues, and you have no idea how to spot any of the signs, great, this is going to be good for you. Okay? So they have one of their pages is, spot a bro who's feeling low. Yes, exactly.
Nice.
And so they have what they call the Alec Method. ALEC. Alec. A, ask. L, listen. E, encourage action. Why there's two words there, I don't know. And then C, check in. Okay? So, ask. What would that be? What would you think ask would be?
What's wrong with you? Just kidding.
Well, that's maybe a little more direct than most people would appreciate.
Yeah, I know.
I would be okay with that personally.
really?
But
Oh, wow.
I know a bunch of people who would be like, "What?"
Yeah, no, well, I mean, maybe I wouldn't be too upset about that if because I'd just be like, a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess, well, I'd just ask how they're doing.
So they say start by mentioning anything different you've noticed. Maybe
Yeah.
spending more time at the bar, coming into work late, missing social events. So example question they have is like, you've not quite seemed yourself recently. Are you
Yeah.
okay?
Right.
Just simple ask.
Yeah.
And then obviously listen, right?
To whatever it is that they have to say.
Yeah, just let them ramble, essentially is what it is. But don't let them ramble and not pay attention. Let them ramble and you pay attention and be engaged in the conversation.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because it's easy when someone's talking for your mind to go, oh, yes, about that chord chart I had in my head.
What guitar do I want to get?
Yeah,
next?
exactly. Okay. Encourage, and that's things like even I've done for you, like, hey, get some more sleep, other things like, are you eating properly, are you exercising properly, doing stuff that you enjoy to help yourself with things.
Yeah.
Talk about these things. But then the last one they say is check in, kind of schedule, quote unquote, when you catch up next. Not the most thorough methodology, but it's simple and it works.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. And so it's like, hey, how do you do this? How do you contact with our people and do these things and check on these things? And it's like, great, good. And they have what they call their conversations tool. It's conversations.movember.com. So they have the Alec Method on there, but then they say, start a conversation. How to start a conversation with someone that is on supporting a man who is withdrawing and obsessing. Support a man who is juggling work and family. Support a man who is unemployed and uncertain. Let's start that one for you.
Okay.
So I just click on that, right?
Yeah.
And it actually brings up a simulated conversation. So it's like, it's saying you were to message me and say, I have no idea how I'm going to find a job at this point. It's really getting to me. And then it goes, what would you say? And it gives you some practice options to, kind of
Yeah.
things that you could say to maybe practice maybe some of these conversations ahead of time instead of trying to figure these out on the fly while you're having that conversation. And sometimes that can be good for some people. Some people need to prepare a little bit ahead of time and can't just have the conversation on the fly. And I get that that's fine. So that's another tool that they offer for you down at Movember as well for that. Hey, great, right?
Yeah.
And of course, they do provide, of course, contact information for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, the Lifeline Crisis Chat, or the National Alliance on Mental Illness line as well as they say, like proper, if you are worried that someone's life is in immediate danger, call 911. Right thing to do. Now, the one thing that I do like about Movember is if you go to the bottom of any of their web pages, right? You come down here, go down to like their very bottom, and you can find their annual reports linked right from their main webpage. You don't have to go hunt and find it. So you can see who they're actually giving money to from the fundraising. So it's not like they're donating money and not reporting back on it. It's they're donating the money and then giving that data back.
Yeah.
And so that way you're able to kind of get in there and see like, hey, what's going on with that? And their corporate sponsors, they have quite a few bit of corporate sponsors like Pringles and MasterCard, stuff like that. Now, what's the third thing that they donate for health to? So they have three major categories that they donate money to for health.
Well, I guess the other thing would be big special thing I guess I would think about of a man Was like something about with testosterone or testicular stuff.
Yeah, so they support a bunch of charities for testicular cancer awareness and all that. And they have a bunch of resources on their website. I'm not going to read this to you because this would be awkward to read to you. But anyways, if you go to their website, go to Men's Health. Under testicular cancer, there's a segment called Know Thy Nuts.
Nice.
And if you're a guy and you have never checked,
Yeah.
done your monthly check, they will, with a video with a pair, walk you through
really?
what to do to do a self-inspection.
Maybe I need to do that.
Because, and they have some stories on here of people who were as young as 17 when they were diagnosed. This isn't an old man's disease or a middle-aged man's disease. This is
You get it.
at any age. I knew a guy in college that I went to. He was 21 at the time when he got diagnosed. And he had to have one of his testicles removed because of the cancer. Ooh. Yeah. But now he's living free of cancer.
Right.
He still has to make sure that he's okay with his other one. He still has to do checks and everything. But since then, he's had a kid. It's not going to impact his fertility. As long as you have one that can produce sperm, you're going to be fine.
Right.
Now, let me ask you this. How common is testicular cancer? They don't have a one out of it. They have a what percentage of all male tumor?
21.
Testicular cancer accounts for 1% of all male tumors.
Oh,
However,
awesome.
it is the most common cancer in males aged 15 to 39.
Oh. So until I turn 39, and I haven't gotten it.
Survival rate, though, if caught and treated early, is 95%.
That's pretty good percentage.
How many men are diagnosed with testicular cancer each year?
In the world? In
Yeah.
America? Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Just throw out a guess.
7 million.
Thankfully, I don't live in your world. Each year, 70,000 men are diagnosed with testicular cancer.
World?
Yeah. So remember, I
guess you said one.
It's 1% of all male tumors.
Male tumors.
Yeah. So that doesn't tell you what percentage of people contract tumor. You get tumors in the air. Okay. How many people? And this obviously is separate of that 70,000, right? But how many men die each year from testicular cancer?
500?
7,600.
Dang! I'm so almost opposite of the. Dang it.
How many men are living with or beyond testicular cancer right now?
30,000?
575,500.
Gosh. What?
Yeah.
You said 70,000 people in a year
Are diagnosed with it.
Diagnosed with it.
Yep. So and you may not know this, but are
That's
you
really small numbers?
Yeah, that's why I said it's a very rare cancer. It's not a very common one, and if it's treated, it's good, but if it's not treated, like prostate cancer, it can spread easily and kill you. Right? Now, Mr. Johns, I know from my fact, as far as I'm aware family-wise, no one in my family has been diagnosed with any testicular cancer. Not on your side? Okay.
Nope. Not that I'm aware of.
All right.
Right? I hope not.
Okay. So that removes 2 of those risk factors from you right off the bat there, right? Other risk factors. So the 4 possible risk factors for testicular cancer. Notice they said possible because they're not 100% sure. They said these are 4 possible risk factors. A, being related to someone who's had testicular cancer. B, having had testicular cancer before. C, undecided testicles at birth. You probably would have known, your parents probably would have told you if you had that issue.
Probably, maybe.
The fourth one, risk is higher in the U.S. and Europe and lower in Africa and Asia.
Weird.
Yep. Now, like with prostate, this can be treated again with radiation therapy, chemotherapy, or surgery. Surgery is obviously removal. Radiation and chemotherapy is, well, x-rays, radiation, and chemicals to try to kill those cancer cells and that.
Chemicals.
Yep. So, if, like I said, if you're like, I've never done that myself, maybe go ahead and go to the us.movember.com, go up to the top, men's health, and then go down to know thy nuts, and they'll walk you through it. Why do you
I love the names that they come up with this stuff.
Well, they're trying to bring a little levity
Yeah.
to something that, can be, a little maybe uncomfortable to talk about. That's not something you talk about normally. And I'll say this, I can guarantee you that you probably didn't get any, well, maybe you did. Let me ask you this. In your health classes in high school, did they talk about that at all? Because like in my health class, they talked like to the women, the young girls, like, hey, you need to do your breast health exam sort of thing. But they never said anything about that for like the guys.
Not that I remember. I don't remember that in my health class.
Okay.
No.
All right. And hey, what's the matter?
Man, the only thing I remember from health class was when they were showing, there's a thing about like smoking and stuff, why it's bad for you. And then I had people that were in the hospital and had severe health issues because of smoking. And this one guy kept coughing up these white chunks of something, and it made me think of scrambled eggs, and I could not eat scrambled eggs for a long time after that.
Okay.
That's the only thing I remember in health class.
I see.
Yeah, not much. It was also my first class of the day, so I wasn't really always there. Mentally to listen and pay attention.
Gee, why does this not surprise me at all?
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, yeah. So those are things that, like I said, in Movember they support, they donate to. Obviously, if you go there, you can go in there and they have story sections, so you can go and listen to various people talk about various things.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, just very personal things, I guess. Well, yeah, okay.
So like they have one, Dave and Jamie's Testicular Cancer Journey, and so they have various, and then stories, and then they're also advertising various things too. So that's why I was like, 1 second. So you could go listen to some of these stories, read some of these things, but you can also go in there and find out how you could raise funds for this, especially during the month of November. And obviously, by the time this comes out, we'll be past the start of Movember. This will be the second day of Movember when this comes out. But there's a couple ways you can do this, right? So the first one, you can sign up to grow a mustache, or they call it grow a mo.
Nice.
All right. So you could grow a mustache and then use their little app to raise funds. Okay. So you do that. And they have like little documents and like, hey, here's some tips on how to grow your beard. Here's where you sign up. Here's where and what you do is the first day of November, you go completely clean shaven. I know you don't want to do that. And then you start building up from there. And then they're like, here's the Mo Guide style. So you can grow a wisp. The wisp is just a little wispy line above the lips.
Ugh.
The businessman,
That's
it looks like a comb, a caterpillar. The boxcar,
I wish I could do
the
that.
connoisseur, the regent, the abracadabra. So it looks like an old-timey magician.
What?
The undercover brother.
Oh, okay.
And the trucker.
Hey.
Just straight across under the nose and then down.
Yeah.
So they have, a little document there like, hey, here's how to grow. Here's the style guide. So you have little documents. What are the rules? Rule number 1. Each Mobro must begin the 1st of Movember with a clean-shaven face. Rule 2. For the entire month of Movember, each Mobro must grow and groom a mustache. Rule 3. Don't fake it. No beards, no goatees, and no fake mustaches.
Oh.
Rule 4. Use the power of the mustache to create conversation and raise funds for men's health. Rule 5. Each Mobro must conduct himself like a true gentleman. So you're instantly out and I'm instantly out too,
But yeah, no, it's okay. I'm never. I don't want to ever go clean shaven again.
And they even have a little Mobro permission slip to get from like family and friends, so that yeah,
That's cute.
yep. So they have how many? Like I said, Movember started back in 2003. Just as a little thing between some friends, right?
Yeah.
How many projects do they fund now? As of their last update.
Oh. 15.
15 projects?
Yeah.
1,250 projects they have funded.
Wait. What? Wait. What? What's that considered a project then? Like, geez, that's a lot.
Yeah. So like one of them is called True North Testicular Cancer. It's a website just with a bunch of resources on testicular cancer. Another one is like outreach to young men in sports, to get them to start performing their own checks and make sure they're okay in that sort of stuff. Other stuff is like handing out resources to prostate cancer, support testing in other regions of the world besides US where maybe it's harder to get a blood test in that. So stuff like that where they're doing screening and testing ahead of time.
That's really cool, though.
Yeah. So you can go in there, sign up and become you can even sign up to the Daily Follicle, which is their newspaper.
The daily.
Yeah. So you can go there to us.movember.com, sign up. You can clean shave and then grow a beard. You can sign up with Facebook. You can sign up with Apple, or you can sign up with an email address. So that's one way you can do it. You know what else you can do?
No.
You can run or walk 60 miles over the month of November for the 60 men lost to suicide every hour globally.
Every hour.
That's quite a bit.
60 men an hour.
Globally. Commit suicide.
Yes, it is. That almost kind of surprises me.
Why is that?
I almost feel like, man, I just, like you said, good thing you don't live in my world, but I figured there'd be more globally than that. Well, I guess, but that's an hour.
Yeah, that's an hour.
thinking-
That's one guy a minute
Yeah, that's really...
globally. What, do you want to be one guy a second?
No, I don't want... I wouldn't want that. That's... My gosh. I don't know why, but I almost thought that would be just America, but
No, that's globally.
Globally.
Yep. So, are things you can do. So, if you don't want to shave your face, which we don't want to see naked mole rat Aaron
No,
again.
no, you don't.
If you don't want to run or walk 60 miles,
That would be not a bad thing to do.
that's 2 miles a day.
I could do that.
Bet.
What do you mean? Oh. Ooh. I'd probably do that at work. Maybe not that much. I don't know.
So,
I'd be curious.
anyways, if you don't want to do one of those first two options, the third option you can do is you could do what they're calling a moment. MO-MENT. Where you sign up for a fundraiser and it's something like virtual trivia, you do a group shave,
Oh, nice.
where you all sit there and shave online, do a gaming tournament, something like that, right? It could be whatever it is, but the funds raised from whatever that activity is goes towards Movember.
That's cool.
So you could do stuff like that, or you could just say, you know what, I'm just going to give you some money. Here, have fun.
Take my money.
And be like, just take my money, and we're going to sign up and do this, and, because I'm not going to shave, or I'm not going to host a moment, and I'm not going to run or walk 60 miles in this month of.
I guess as the month goes on, that would get kind of cruddy to walk outside at least.
Yep.
But
Now, that being said, right, if you are a business, right, or you're in college, if you go to their us.movember.com/get-involved/network-challenges, you can go to something like the Movember Business Club, and you could do this essentially where businesses, it's for companies that want to help men's health, so you could do this as part of your workforce, part of your whatever. You could also do the campus one. So if you're still in college, you can get together a bunch of people on campus. And now that being said, right, Movember is not limited to just women. They have their Mo woman or whatever. I think that's what they call them. And obviously they're not going to be growing a mustache, but they might be doing stuff like movement, doing the movement one. They might host a moment. They'll do what other stuff. But other events you could do, they have annually something called the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, where a bunch of men wear suits while riding motorcycles.
oh, all right, I'm for that.
So they already have their sign up for next year. So it's classic and vintage style motorcycles only, though.
Oh, why? Why they gotta discriminate?
Because this is for gentlemen only.
Oh yeah, that's not me.
And you must wear a suit.
I mean, I like the suit part. But I'm
So
not a gentleman.
they've been doing this since 2012.
Yeah.
Since 2012, they've raised $31.58 million US
Oh wow.
doing the gentleman ride. They've had 66,021 riders over these years too. And you can already pre-register for May 2022.
What?
Yep.
Ooh, tempting.
So they have a bunch of pictures of people in their suits and get up, and yes, everyone is definitely there. If this wasn't a derogative term, I would use it. No, I'll still use it. They all look like a bunch of little dandies
No.
out there, but
That's a good thing.
not trying to be derogative. Yes, that's
That's a good thing.
it is a very good thing.
It's just fine and dandy.
So, Aaron, it's Movember. It is Men's Health Month, essentially. It's ways that you can. Are you going to do anything to raise funds for men's health? Are you going to shave your face?
No.
No,
I'm
huh?
sorry. I mean, I might trim, but I ain't shaving.
How much would it cost to get you to shave your face again?
A lot of money.
What's a lot of money?
$500.
And to what charity would that check have to be made out to?
Stop. No.
Movember?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.